Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video, which will be for February 2024 for all zodiac signs. Keep in mind that I follow Western astrology and use whole house system. So let's just get started. Let's not waste time. We have some great energy going on, and I will be explaining for each sign where that's happening. So let's get going. Dear Aries, this February is a life-changing month for you because we have a concentrated energy, a stellium in Aquarius. And what is the most special thing about it is that this stellium is happening with Pluto in Aquarius for the first time in our lifetime. These planets have been in a stellium in Capricorn before when Pluto was in Capricorn, but this time everything will be in Aquarius. Therefore, this marks the beginning of 2 decades of new themes, new opportunities, changes, challenges, and growth, which for you will be occurring in the 11th house of your chart. On February 4th, we have Mercury moving into Aquarius in your 11th house of friendships, networking, and long-term plans. You might have some active communication with your friends and network and feel quite sociable. You might spend more time with them, get to know them better, share some heartfelt experiences with them, and just feel complete in this area of your life. Mercury naturally rules your 6th house of health and day-to-day work, so some of your conversations could consist of your health routines, your diet, your wellness, and workout routines. You could even be talking about apps that you are using for your wellness. Or you could simply be talking about your day-to-day work and life, daily projects that you might have, things that are happening at work, and so on. Mercury also rules your 3rd house of communication, siblings, and short-term travels, so you might have a heart-to-heart conversation with a friend or a group of friends or with your sibling that might feel new in nature or pretty progressive. You might also go on a short distance trip that could be pretty spontaneous. The new moon in February 9 is also happening in your 11th house of social groups, friendships, and networking, and it will be square Uranus. Again, you will be able to connect with other people who are forward thinkers and independent-minded, but this will be quite shocking for others and quite shocking for you also. This new strong energy in this house is truly bringing new things and new uncharted territories for you in the house of friendships, but also in long-term gains. At this point, you might also reap the rewards of some investments that could be quite shocking for the people around you. And then Mars, your ruler, joins Pluto on February 13 in the sign of Aquarius, and then it gives you some more motivation and push to go out there and invest time and efforts and dedicate yourself into forming new groups of friends. Be aware of engaging in heated discussions with your friends. Try not to come across too powerful or agitated. But on the other hand, as I mentioned earlier, this is also the house of gains. So Mars could also give you a drive to go after your goals and dreams. And with Pluto there, you are more determined than ever before to accomplish them. On February 16, Venus is also entering Aquarius. Like I said, amazing energy for your social life. Venus will come in and soften things up for you in this sector. So now at this point, you'll have Mars, your ruler, you'll have Mercury, Venus, Sun, and Pluto all in this house. See what I'm talking about when I say amazing concentrated energy in your 11th house? This is a positive house, and I'd like to say that all this energy could really translate into reaping the rewards of moving forward with your long-term plans, with your dreams and your hopes. You might get blessed in abundance when it comes to your long-term plans also. Now, going back to Venus, Venus naturally rules your 2nd house and 7th house, so this could reflect in multiple ways for you. The first one could be that you meet a romantic partner in this social circle that you will be in. You might start to feel some things for a friend, or it could be that friend starts to feel things for you. And then the second option could be that you could earn some potential income through your friendship circles, and you are able to do so through perseverance and by openly asking for help to support you in whatever interests you're pursuing. Or you could really be connecting with people who share the same values and principles as yourself. On February 18th, the sun enters your 12th house of hidden things, of dreams and other realms, and then Mercury joins it on February 22nd. You might feel like you want to rest more, which will help you recover and regenerate and get ready for when the sun enters your first house in March. You might get spiritual downloads and get messages through your dreams. You might also feel inspired to meditate and start spiritual practices, or just feel spiritually rested and at peace. The full moon in Virgo on the 24th of February is putting a spotlight in your 6th house of health, of your day-to-day life and your job. You might complete a healthy routine you already had in place. You might also complete a project at work and be recognized for your contribution and efforts, which is a great time for reaping the rewards of hard work. You might also get a download on something you need to change in your day-to-day life and work at this time. And if you need to make any adjustments to your diet and health routine, you might be called to do so at this time. So that's it for you, Aries. I really hope you enjoyed this month. This is exciting energy for everybody, and especially for you, given that this energy is going to be in your 11th house, which is a very positive house. Okay, Taurus. We have some amazing new concentrated energy in the month of February in Aquarius, which will bring some amazing, shocking, electric energy for you when it comes to your career. There will be a stellium of 5 planets, I believe, all in your 10th house, which at this time will mark the beginning of 2 decades of changes in your career and public persona, which has never been seen before in our lifetime. And the reason for that is that at the time of this transit, or transits, because it's multiple planets, Pluto will be sitting in Aquarius, bringing transformation, changes, empowerment, and just new energy into this area of your life. That being in Aquarius will feel quite electric, quite exciting, and very forward-thinking. This house is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus will be sitting in your first house for 2 more years. So these changes might be quite shocking for you, for your identity, but also for the other people around you. On February 4th, Mercury enters Aquarius in your 10th house. You're having some big, engaging conversations related to your career, your vocation, and public persona. Mercury naturally rules your 2nd house of personal income, and some of these conversations could be tied to your income. Maybe you will ask for a raise. What I think that is mostly likely to happen for the majority of you is an upgrade in your career. This month, there is an entire stellium happening in your career sector, and for most of you, you will change jobs, careers, or start fresh with new duties if you happen to stay at your current place. But I would say big, major changes in this aspect of your life. So please take advantage of the stars and make wise decisions for you related to your vocation, which I know you will, to be honest, because Pluto here will really contribute in ensuring you are choosing a vocation that is associated with your soul purpose. The new moon on February 9 is putting a spotlight into your career, your vocation, and public status. You will be inspired to express progressive thoughts and ideas that will be innovative and progressive. You most likely will step up into a new role in your career, and I would say you will feel quite confident in doing so. because on February 13, Mars will be entering your 10th house also in Aquarius, and it will be conjoining Pluto and the Sun afterwards, and which will all be in Aquarius at this time. Venus will also enter Aquarius on February 16, and this new energy this new energy, like I mentioned, it has not been experienced before, because these planets have been together in the same house in Capricorn, but this time they are in Aquarius, and Pluto is bringing the biggest change here. And I also want to say that at this time, your old career could be over and gone. So you will gain some new momentum now in this new career path, since all planets are also direct and are also helping you move quickly into these new things that you might be taking on. Venus is also your chart ruler, so you're going to be at the center of the attention at your workplace, or if you're not in the workplace, your public persona will gain a lot of attention. Venus also rules your 6th house of health, your day-to-day job, and day-to-day life. So the changes you are making in your career could also bring changes into your lifestyle, your health routine, and of course your day-to-day job. I also want to mention that the new moon on February 9 is also squaring Uranus in your 1st house, and Uranus is the ruler of your 10th house of career. So again, new initiatives, new beginnings, and new communication related to your career and public persona. Mars will really help you make assertive and ambitious decisions, and you will feel a special push and drive to transform your public image in the way that you want to. You might challenge the status quo, and all these planets will really support you in doing so. On February 18, Sun enters into Pisces, and then February 22nd, Mercury enters into Pisces in your 11th house, making you feel more sociable and prone to enjoy talking to people and expand your circle. I think some of you might already feel quite lonely with Saturn being here, but now you might want to spend more time with people who you share the same values with, since Mercury rules your 2nd house of personal values, and you might also feel more talkative and chatty. This might also include spending time with older people, authority figures, and people in power with Saturn in there, but it could also just be your usual group of friends that you tend to spend more time with. I am pretty sure that Saturn might have already started to set some boundaries and keep close to you people that are supposed to be the best for your soul progress in this life. On February 24, the full moon in Virgo is inspiring you to really loosen up and enjoy your hobbies and pleasures of life, and spend some time doing things that you enjoy the most, because it will be highlighting your 5th house matters. Note here that Saturn is in the opposite sign of this full moon, so I'd suggest to avoid any self-criticism and really enjoy this time of just pursuing things you enjoy the most. So that's it for you, Taurus. I really hope you have an amazing month. I really hope you get rewarded for all of your efforts you've done in your career. I know you have worked really hard, especially for the past 2.5 years, with North Node and Uranus in your 1st house. So I know you've had like these extreme changes. I have a lot of Taurus friends, and I've seen the changes in their lives. So I really hope in this February you really get rewarded for everything that you've put in. So enjoy this month, and good luck. Dear Geminis, we have some new concentrated energy happening in Aquarius in February this month. This is some forward-thinking, progressive, and innovative energy that is going to have a big impact for you in the 9th house. The reason why this energy is such a big deal is that multiple planets, all direct, are moving into Aquarius within a few days from each other. And the special thing is that for the first time, Pluto, who is really the planet of soul progression, is now in Aquarius. These planets have been together before with Pluto, but in the sign of Capricorn. Now it is all in Aquarius, and that's why this is such a big deal for you and for everyone in the world, depending on where this is happening in the chart. But for you, Geminis, this energy is coming through very nicely because it's very airy, and you're also an air sign. For you, Geminis, Mercury enters your 9th house in Aquarius, and later on February 9th, the new moon is also happening in this house. So this will have a big impact on your higher knowledge, broadened horizons, travels, legal matters, and philosophies. You will feel inspired to make choices that will be initiated by you on the way how you live your life and how you think of it, including spirituality and religion. Given that this is Aquarius, you will most likely feel revolutionary and maybe a bit rebellious about it. The new moon is squaring Uranus at this time, which is transiting your 12th house of foreign lands, dreams, hidden realms, spirituality, and therefore you might get quite excited to travel internationally, or you could just expand your knowledge and broaden your horizons in a way that creates a certain awakening within you. You might experience some spiritual development and have some aha moments. On February 13, Mars will also enter Aquarius, and now you might feel even more driven and pushed to invest time and efforts in all of your spiritual pursuits, travels, and higher knowledge. Again, here you might get an inspiration to go on an international trip, and I would say it could be quite remarkable for you, where you might even achieve personal liberation and independence. On February 16, Venus joins Mars, Mercury, Pluto, and the Sun in your 9th house. So now you have an entire stellium, new energy, big changes and transformation in your 9th house. This is a very positive house, pleasant experiences that will strongly contribute in your plans to travel, in your higher education pursuits, and also higher knowledge. Beautiful energy if you want to go after spirituality, religion, or even start teaching others on them. On February 18, the Sun moves into Pisces in your 10th house of public recognition, social status, and career. You will focus more on your reputation at work and might also notice increased exposure and recognition that could be a reward of your efforts and hard work. You could be put into the spotlight for your contribution in your tasks and what you have really been working on. On February 24th, the Virgo full moon will bring the attention into your 4th house matters of family, home, real estate, and ancestry. This could indicate the completion of some process of relocation, or you could have some important conversations related to it. You can find out some information related to your ancestors or your childhood home. You could also have some emotional and heart-to-heart conversation with your family members. That's it for you, Geminis. I have mentioned before that I am so jealous of this amazing energy happening in your 9th house. The 9th house is generally ruled by Jupiter, and therefore this is a positive house, pleasant experiences, and a lot of growth. So enjoy it, Geminis. Cancers. We have some concentrated energy happening this month in the sign of Aquarius, where multiple planets, one after the other, will enter the sign of Aquarius, where Pluto has already been sitting in since January 21st. This marks the beginning of 2 decades of transformation, change, innovation, and new initiatives related to all your 8th house matters. This energy is exciting, is electric, and absolutely new for you and for everyone in the world, because these planets have joined Pluto before in our lifetime in Capricorn, Scorpio, and a few other signs before that, but this time it will be all in Aquarius. So February is an essential month when it comes to all the above mentioned topics, and it will truly bring new themes and patterns unexperienced before in your life. On February 4th, Mercury enters Aquarius, and then The February 9th new moon will all bring new beginnings and initiations in your 8th house of shared resources and financial obligations. This new moon will be squaring Uranus in your 11th house of networks and long-term goals. You could have some serious discussions about your shared resources that could have an impact in your long-term assets. This could be a conversation with a partner, acquaintances, or friends. You might work on on outstanding debt, or could work some boundaries between you and another person. And since this will be in the sign of Aquarius, it will be quite airy, meaning very logical and not that emotional. On February 13, Mars will join Pluto and Sun in Aquarius, which it will make you feel charged up and driven to discuss shared resources and make some extreme changes in your budget and expenses. Be cautious and aware that there might be some charged up conflict related to these topics, as Mars and Pluto will be conjunct, and Pluto is like the higher octave of Mars, so it can get quite heated. However, the good news is that on February 16, Venus is also entering Aquarius, but now softening up things for you. Venus naturally rules your 4th house of home and family matters, so I do see a theme here of having big discussions related to family resources. Venus also rules your 11th house of network, friends, and long-term gains, dreams, and hopes. You might get quite focused on discussing and transforming in some way your long-term assets. And also you could be changing up and transforming your closest environment and group of friends. On February 18, the Sun will enter Pisces in your 9th house of belief systems, higher education, and travels. You might seek knowledge that inspires you and engage in conversations of a spiritual nature. You might get an opportunity to travel or to meet people who are of a different background, and this will really help you expand your horizons. On February 22nd, Mercury will also join the Sun in this house, so you might have some communication related to higher knowledge topics and all the other 9th house themes that I just mentioned. Naturally, Mercury rules your 3rd house of communication, short distance travel, and siblings, so you could be talking to your siblings about these topics, or you could also do some short distance travel with a sibling, or you might also talk about traveling internationally, since Mercury also rules your 12th house of foreign lands. On February 24th, there will be a full moon in Virgo in your 3rd house of communications and siblings, which kind of highlights the same kind of themes for you. You could spend some time with a sibling and feel closer to them. You might also come to closure with a publishing project, a marketing project, or sales if you are in that industry. You might feel inspired to do some research and gather information on studies that you are most interested in. And the full moon could shed some light into important things that you have been wondering about or trying to get information for. Okay, that's it for you, Cancers. I truly hope amazing things are happening in your life and that you take advantage of this new energy happening in Aquarius, which will be quite life-changing for you, starting really from this month and into 20 years later. I wish you the best of luck and that you stay blessed during this month. My dear Leos, a short video like this is really not enough to describe the amount of changes you will start to experience this month and the next 2 decades. This month we will have multiple planets, one after the other, entering your 7th house of partnerships, where Pluto is currently sitting in. The special thing about this month, though, is that all these planets will meet Pluto in Aquarius and not in Capricorn like they did for the past 2 decades. So all these planets are starting new cycles with Pluto, and for you it will be in the 7th house of partnerships and romantic affairs. First, we have Mercury entering Aquarius on February 6th, and then we have a new moon also happening in Aquarius on February 9, which is shedding light in all your 7th house matters. This could be played out in different ways for you. First, you might start a new relationship with someone new, or if you're already in a partnership, it could be that you start fresh with this person and embark on your new restarted journey together. Second, if you are not ready to be in a partnership, I would still encourage you to go out there and go on an unusual date with someone who is quite different from you, as the person could turn out to be, quite genuine and smart, given that this is the sign of Aquarius. Okay. Thirdly, Mercury rules your 2nd house of personal income and personal values. So you might discuss some income topics with a partner, or you could come together and talk about what values you two have in common, what principles you both share. Mercury also rules your 11th house of long-term gains and networks, so you might also have some attention brought to your long-term plans and gains related to a partner, which could either be a romantic one or a business partner. On February 13, Mars will join Pluto in Aquarius and could give you the push and drive to take some action in your romantic life or in your business or work with a business partner. I would suggest to keep in mind that you might have some arguments with a current partner and address some issues that could be going on with them. However, on February 16, Venus is also entering this house for you. So Venus now comes in and soothes up things a bit. The focus is still in this area of your life, though. Venus naturally rules your 3rd house of communication and siblings and short-term travels, so the communication you might be having with your partner or partners could be softened up a little bit, and you might come together on some type of agreement. Now on February 18, the Sun, which is also your ruling planet, moves into Pisces in your 8th house of boundaries and obligations, of financial matters, taxes, and transformation. Later, Mercury joins the Sun in this 8th house. So at this time, you might work on your taxes, on your shared resources, and also building boundaries with someone else, as I mentioned previously. Later in the month, we have a full moon in Virgo, which is on February 24th, which will put a spotlight on your personal finances and personal values. So again, a lot of focus on finances, both personal and shared. You might be rethinking the way how you make money, save and spend it, and the full moon will help you understand in what areas you need to improve on and focus more. Okay, that's it for you, Leos. Keep in mind that this intense energy is happening at an angle in your chart, so you could also have transformation in your home life, in your career and public persona, and your identity. This energy is quite new, and I'd suggest just being open-minded and feeling excited for what's to come, because Pluto is starting all these cycles with all these planets, and you will have some amazing changes that are going to heavily contribute in the progression of your soul in this lifetime. Dear Virgos, we have some exciting energy happening in the sign of Aquarius, which is quite innovative and forward-thinking. This energy is especially unique and new because multiple planets, all moving direct, will enter the sign of Aquarius, where they will meet with Pluto. And this way they will start a new cycle with the planet of soul progression in this life. These planets have met with Pluto before, but in the sign of Capricorn, so this time we're really starting with new themes, new changes, new transformations, with a complete different vibe. Mercury moving into Aquarius on February 4th, and then the new moon in Aquarius on February 9, is really shedding a light on your 6th house matters of health, day-to-day life, and day-to-day job. This is where most of your focus and concentration will be. You might have a new colleague coming in, or simply a new beginning at work. You might also be starting a new project, or could be taking a new approach to some work-related issues. On the other hand, this new moon could also push you to make some changes in health-related issues, such as implementing a new diet, new workout routine, a change of supplements, and so on. This new moon will be square Uranus, so the changes you implement could take others by surprise and could be quite innovative and exciting. You might even use technology to achieve this goal, and if that's not in your radar, I'd still highly recommend it. You might be inspired to improve your day-to-day life and try to balance it all out. You might also discover something related to your health or diet, which could be quite innovative and very comforting to your physical body. On February 13, Mars will also enter Aquarius in your 6th house, and you will feel even more driven and pushed, like never before, to make the changes you have always wanted to make. This Mars will make you feel very excited and pushed to work out, to look healthier. I'd like to mention here that Pluto and Mars have a lot in common, and Pluto is like the higher octave of Mars. So they will both give you the drive and stamina to pursue your goals. Mars might also bring some arguments and quarrels at work or with the people you spend your normal life with, so be aware of that. The good news is that Venus will be joining Mars here in this house on February 16, and now the focus on your workout sessions could be to beautify your physical body, but also to feel good and healthier in your own skin. Venus also rules your 2nd house of personal income and values, so you could spend some money on your wellness, or you could raise your wellness standards and feel pushed to dedicate more time and resources to making your day-to-day more pleasurable and, why not, healthier. Venus also rules your 9th house of higher education, philosophy, and higher knowledge, so you might really dedicate some time into learning new practices and routines that could improve your lifestyle and make you feel happier and more delightful. On February 18, the Sun will move into Pisces, and then Mercury will join the Sun in this house, which will put a spotlight in your romantic relationships and connections with others in your 7th house. You will be inspired to focus on your relationships with others, or some topic that you have been working on with a partner could become quite important now. Something that you have been working with a partner could also come to a closure. On February 24th, we have a full moon in the sign of Virgo in your 1st house of identity and physical body. You might get a completion when it comes to previous changes you have made to your physical body or to your identity, and now you can kind of reap the fruits of your work. Now it's really the time to be grateful for who you have become and who you currently are, and avoid being critical over yourself, as you tend to do so as a Virgo, but also because Saturn is in the opposite house of this full moon. You might be put at the spotlight and at the center of the attention. It could also be that you might discuss some personal topics with a partner, or talk about boundaries and other serious things that are more of the Saturn nature. Okay, this is what I have for you, Virgos. Please enjoy this new energy and the drive you will feel to change and transform things in your life. This is a very, very special period and marks the beginning of 2 decades of drastic changes and transformation in your 6th house, but not only. My dear Libras, we have some extraordinary energy going on this February that is really life-changing, and it's going to feel very exciting and electric in a very new way. We have multiple planets moving into your 5th house of fun, entertainment, hobbies, and little children. You will experience tremendous transformation in this area of your life, starting now and continuing for 2 decades because these planets, meaning Mercury, the Sun, Venus, and Mars, are all starting new cycles with Pluto in Aquarius for the first time in our lifetime. This is some exciting new energy, and I think you will really enjoy it because it is happening in your fellow air sign, Aquarius, which is trine your sign, so in a good aspect. Mercury moving into your 5th house, and then the new moon on February 9, also in your 5th house, will both put a spotlight on topics such as fun, creativity, hobbies, and children. You might find yourself having more fun exploring your artistic gifts in new and innovative ways. You will be open to socializing, and this time you might choose to spend your time with people who you can express yourself freely with. You might start a new project with your hobbies, and you will enjoy doing so. You might also have a new beginning with your children and start things afresh together if you've had any conflict with them before. Mercury naturally rules your 9th house and 12th house, so I could see some of you going on a vacation, traveling, or just relaxing. Some of you could use your hobbies to feel more excited, more energetic, and just happier in your life. Some of you could also spend time doing artwork that will be quite meditative and relaxing for you and even make you feel mentally at peace and relaxed. On February 13, Mars and Pluto meet in Aquarius, and it will impact the way how you enjoy life. You will be interested in approaching fun differently now and could be quite spontaneous about it. You could also engage in an intense love affair. Be careful not to be too impulsive when it comes to new romances, as this is Mars and it will push you to feel excited about things. But the special detail about this transit is that this conjunction between Mars and Pluto is happening for the first time in our lifetime in Aquarius. So this will be some new, unfamiliar energy and territory. Venus afterwards will join the party in Aquarius on February 16, and again, you might feel quite electric and excited and flirtatious when you're spending time having fun and getting entertained. Venus here is your ruler, so you might be the center of attention in these areas of your life. Venus also rules your 8th house of transformation, shared resources, shared finances, so you might spend some fun time with a partner or people you care for using the shared finances you have together. Some of you could use shared resources to invest on your hobbies and artistic pursuits. I could also see some of you using AI to upgrade your artistic talents, and honestly, I would highly recommend you do so because this is strong Aquarius energy and will strongly support you. The Sun moves into Pisces on February 18, and then Mercury on the 22nd enters the same house, which will help you focus on your 6th house matters such as your habits, your rituals, day-to-day life, or your job. You might become the center of attention at work, as the Sun could put a spotlight in that area of your life. You could also feel more inspired to work on your rituals and enjoy some flexibility into your life. You could communicate some changes at your workplace or just feel more excited about making changes in your lifestyle. Mercury rules your 12th and 9th house, so some of you might be implementing some rest to your daily routines, or you could start working on researching some higher knowledge topics, but kind of doing it on a daily basis. The full moon in Virgo on February 24 in your 12th house of psyche, of hidden things, of dreams and rest will make you want to rest more and take things slower. It is really a time where you might get some divine inspiration through your dreams, meditation, and other spiritual practices. Enjoy this time to work on any self-sabotaging patterns and to nourish yourself spiritually so that you can rest and reset and recover. Okay, this is what I have for you, Libras. Enjoy this beautiful time where all these planets will be in a positive house of your chart. This is some exciting new energy that is new and unexperienced before, and I believe it will reflect positively for most of you since this energy is in your fellow air sign of Aquarius. My dear Scorpios, we have some amazing, exciting new energy that is happening for the first time in our lifetime. And for you, it will be happening on your fourth house of home and family matters and homeland and ancestry. Multiple planets are starting new cycles with Pluto at this time, marking the beginning of a long 2-decade period of big transformations and changes. This will be occurring in an angle of your chart, so although the biggest focus will be in your fourth house matters, expect unpredictable changes in your career, in your partnerships, and your identity. Mercury on February 4th and the new moon on February 9 is putting a spotlight in your fourth house of home and family matters, as I mentioned earlier. You could have a new beginning when it comes to your home life, such as moving into a new place, redecorating, or adding some new things to your current house. You could also clarify some things with a family member and start fresh with them. Some of you might start moving into a new place, new city, even new country, while others of you could find out new things about your family members, or you could even start to get to know your family more and start building your family tree. On February 13, Mars, your traditional ruler, connects with Pluto in Aquarius. Now you have both of your rulers conjunction in the same house. This is quite powerful. You will feel an extra push and you will feel extra driven, inspired, and more diligent to transform your home situation and make some serious changes about it. I would say that some of you could just set up some serious boundaries with someone you're living with, but Mars could also bring some quarrels in your home, so be aware of that. The good news is that Venus is also entering this house on the 16th, so you might be bringing a romantic partner at home, which will either make things smoother and more pleasant, like the Venus nature, or I dare say that it might become the cause of your family quarrels. Venus naturally rules your 7th house and 12th house, so I could see some of you even relocating with a partner to a foreign land. Or you could just choose to go on a faraway vacation with them. On February 18, the Sun moves into Pisces, which now illuminates your 5th house of fun, of hobbies, and creative passions. Mercury joins the Sun here on the 22nd, so really I can see things turning out for good and in your favor since you have such good energy following you in the 5th house. The Sun here is inspiring you to channel your artistic side into things that you enjoy doing. And I'd really suggest to have fun and explore new things, as the Sun will help you remove the tension and stress that could come from all this energy in your 4th house. So try to go on dates, concerts, parties, and have as much fun as you can. Mercury also rules your 8th house and 11th house in your chart, so you might use some of the shared resources to go out and have fun, or you might do an activity that's kind of been your dream and something you have been wanting to do in a long time. On February 24, we have a full moon in Virgo, which will be in your 11th house of friends, of network, and long-term gains. The Sun here might bring up some information related to your friends. You could help someone who is a good friend to you, or they could help you instead. You'll feel more inspired to help others and serve them. You might also get a good reward when it comes to your investments. Okay, that's all I have for you, Scorpios. I really hope you let this energy transform and change your home environment and really your entire life in a way that you have never seen before. I advise you to be open-minded and let yourself explore new things and use this concentrated, electric, forward-thinking energy to make a strong, big impact in your life that is going to be essential to your life progression here on Earth. My dear Sagittarius, we have some amazing, forward-thinking, exciting new energy happening in the sign of Aquarius that will be extremely life-changing for everyone in the world. Sorry. And for you, it will be especially life-changing in your 3rd house and 9th house matters. This energy is new for a few reasons. We have multiple planets moving into Aquarius, one after the other, creating new cycles with Pluto, but this time in a new sign like we have never experienced before in our lifetime. This will mark the beginning of a 20-year-old cycle of profound changes and transformation in this area of your life. The move of Mercury on February 4th and the Aquarius new moon on February 9 is bringing you new beginnings in all third house matters. You could have some breakthrough in your communications and discussions with others. You might be interested to get into some new study materials, pursue the completion of a certification, or simply learn as much information as possible. You might also go on a road trip to nearby locations. If you are in marketing or sales industry, you could have some new beginnings when it comes to those things also. Mercury naturally rules this house, so it will give you clarity, smartness, and focus to pursue all these third house matters. Mars joins Pluto in your third house in Aquarius, which really speeds up your thoughts and communicative abilities. You'll be more driven and pushed to engage in conversations with other people. Just be careful not to get too agitated towards them. Use this energy wisely, and if you've ever wanted to do some independent studies, now really is the time to do so, as you will have the extra drive and stamina to move forward quickly. Venus will also join the party on February 16 in Aquarius in your third house, soothing things up for you. Naturally, Venus rules your sixth house, so you might be making some research on your health, on your diet, your wellness, your day-to-day life. For some of you, this could reflect as heavy communication related to your job and day-to-day work. If you have a business, you might implement some marketing strategy also. Mercury also rules your 11th house, so some of you could feel quite sociable and talkative. You might want to get together with a group of friends and invest some time and efforts into networking and getting to know people. You might also be inspired to do some research work related to some long-term investments or assets. On February 18, the Sun goes into your 4th house of home and family matters. You will focus more on dreams related to your ideal home environment and how it will look like and feel like. You might get closer to a family member and share some magical, dreamy moments with them. Mercury moves into this house also on the 22nd, and they both conjunct Saturn here later in the month, so I do see a lot of energy focused on home related matters. Maybe you might be discussing downsizing in your home or changing your home design into some more Saturn-like patterns like rocks and darker grayish colors, but that will be the case for only a few of you. On February 24, we have a full moon in Virgo, which will be in your 10th house of career and public persona. You might be put in the spotlight in your career or at work. You might get recognition for some of the work you have already done. You also see yourself changing careers, starting a new job, or learning more about the current job that you're in. If you're not in the workforce, then you might get some honor when it comes to your public persona and how you will be perceived by others. You might get some public attention related to your social status, like whether you're single or married, with a job or jobless, in the workforce or retired. So you might get attention related to the clarity of how you are perceived by others. Okay, this is all I have for you, Sagittarius. Enjoy this beautiful time of the year that really marks the beginning of 2 decades of untouched territories and new themes. You have some great energy happening in your 3rd house, so please take advantage of the drive and the push you are getting to pursue the things that you want to pursue. Dear Capricorns, we have some new concentrated energy in the sign of Aquarius that will be happening for the first time ever in your lifetime. because we have multiple planets going conjunct Pluto and starting new cycles with this planet, but this time in the sign of Aquarius, which has never been felt before in our life. The last time this conjunction could have happened was probably like 250 years ago, when we were not even here. So this new, very focused energy is happening in your second house of personal income, money, and personal values. First, we have the move of Mercury on February 4th, and then we have a new moon in Aquarius on February 9th that will bring some new beginnings and fresh starts in this area of your chart. You might be implementing a different way of managing your income and money. Pluto here could also help setting some boundaries on how you spend your personal income. You might make a purchase on something you have been wanting to buy in a long time. You might also want to reassess some of your values and really reflect on what matters most to you. Mercury rules your 6th and 9th house, so you could be discussing your pay at work if you are in the workforce. Some of you could put more attention to a healthier lifestyle and improvement of your daily routines. Some of you could go or come back from a trip that makes you rethink about your values. Some others of you could research and find out more ways to make money. Mars will join Pluto in Aquarius on February 13, and now you will feel extra driven to make changes to your personal income, your resources, the way how you spend money, your personal values, and the way how you look at the world. Be aware that Mars here could make you do some impulsive purchases, so be careful with that. Venus then moves on the 16th into Aquarius and joins this cosmic party and makes you add some beauty and harmony to your personal income and also your values. Venus naturally rules your 5th and 10th house, so some of you could be considering earning some income through your hobbies and artistic abilities. Others of you could use your status and public persona to make some cash and earn some money. The Sun moves into Pisces on February 18 in your 3rd house of communication, education, research, marketing, and siblings. Mercury joins here on the 22nd, so some project you have been working on related to these topics could come to a completion. You could also have a heart-to-heart conversation with one of your siblings. I think that this full moon will bless you with more focus on any new information you want to absorb and will enlighten you to ask the right questions and focus on the right things to be able to get the knowledge you're looking for. You might be doing it in a practical and methodological way, as these planets will triple conjunct Saturn in this house by the end of the month. Okay, this is all I have for you, Capricorns. I hope you really enjoy this energy that is finally not happening in your sign. Again, I see a huge focus on personal income, and I really wish and hope that you get rewarded in your efforts that you have been consistently doing for 2 decades. I hope that you really see the rewards of your hard work, because I see you, Capricorns. I see how hard you work and how disciplined you are, and I know the universe or God, whichever you believe in, is seeing and will eventually give you the honor and recognition and reward that you deserve. My dear Aquariuses, you have some tremendous life-changing energy going on that is going to shape you into a person nobody will recognize, including yourself. This is new, unexpected energy that none of us has ever experienced before. And that is because we have multiple planets meeting Pluto for the first time in Aquarius, this way creating new cycles with this planet that will bring in new themes, new energies and territories, and obviously the sign that will feel this the most is you. You are the main character of this rare cosmic dance for all of us who are here on Earth on this period of time. I know this will be quite intense for you, but my advice is to be as open-minded as possible, even though you are a fixed sign. These changes are going to happen no matter what. So I only advise you to stay flexible, to embrace what is supposed to happen, and let yourself surprise yourself on how much potential you have and what you are capable of doing. First, we have Mercury moving into Aquarius, and then we have the new moon in Aquarius on February 9, which is happening in your first house of identity and physical body. Aquarius people, this is a big deal. You are having big changes in your life, and this new moon is the blessing of the start of these new changes. The month of February will be so important for you because you will basically have an entire stellium in your first house. You might want to start working on yourself, on your image, and who you want to become. You might get downloads on the person you want to be perceived by others, and you can discover new things about yourself that you didn't know they existed before. This will be an empowering month for you, Aquarius. On February 13, Mars will also join Pluto in your first house. You will feel extremely ambitious, driven, and pushed to make these changes in yourself. Just be aware of potential arguments with others, as Mars could give some dots of aggressiveness when it's in the first house. This is also in an angle in your chart, so you could have significant changes in your home life, also in your relationships and your career. You could be driven to make changes in your home, in your family, in your home design. You might discover things about your ancestors and other family members. You might have power struggles with a partner and some heated discussions with them. Some of you could feel pushed to change your job, to change your status, from single to a relationship or vice versa. I'd just say that you will have extreme changes that won't feel comfortable, but that will happen no matter what. The Sun moves into Pisces on February 18, illuminating your sector of money, resources, and values. Later on the 22nd, Mercury joins the Sun and Saturn in this house. This is Pisces, so allow yourself to dream big and do great things related to your finances. I would practice gratitude to receive blessings into this sector of your chart. You might want to reassess your finances, your income, how much money you spend, and how you value life in general. Mercury rules your 5th and 8th house, so I do see some focus on finances, whether shared or joined. I also think that some of you could be considering implementing practical ways on earning some income through your hobbies. Given that Saturn is here, the gains could be small, but if you stay consistent and do small things and take small steps every day, then you might even be able to earn consistent income, as Saturn might reward you if you do it his way. The full moon in Virgo is bringing something into completion in your 8th house of shared resources, taxes, and insurance. You might be paying your taxes at this time, or you might be closing on a loan. You could be focusing on your financial obligations at this time, and something will just come to a completion. This full moon will help you get your shared resources in order and understand where you need to save more money to feel financially more comfortable. Okay, this is all I have for you, Aquarius. I can picture some of you being transformed like never before, and I truly wish and hope that you have the strength and willpower to do so and withstand any challenges that come your way. I hope you use this energy to your benefit and reinvent yourself in a way that you have always wanted to and hoped for. Pisces. I am so excited this month, as this is bringing some new, unexpected energy that will totally be life-changing for you. February marks the beginning of a long 2-decade cycle that will be impacting you at a spiritual and psychological level. You will feel and sense changes in your psyche, and if you live in a foreign land, you might experience big changes in multiple areas of your life. The special thing about this month is that multiple planets, one after the other, all direct, are moving into Aquarius, and this way starting new cycles with Pluto in this sign. They have been conjunct Pluto before, but in the sign of Capricorn. So now we have some new themes coming up, new experiences, new feelings and sensations that will be having a big impact in your life and that are going to transform your inner self into someone you are not going to recognize, that will benefit you in the way how you manifest and make dreams come to reality. The move of Aquarius on February 4 and then the new moon in Aquarius on February 9 is happening in your 12th house of hidden things, of other dimensions, and the psyche. You might be feeling this need to just rest and sleep, and I totally encourage you to do so. You might be interested in reading psychological books and educate yourself in self-sabotaging patterns and therefore starting to feel better psychologically. You might discover new meditation methods and get some life-changing downloads when it comes to the psyche. I have a friend who is Pisces rising, and she's already been influenced by this energy. She's closed down all of her social media, and she's been reading books on how to control your emotions, how to be more motivated, and she's really been studying them and taking notes and implementing them in her life. I know Saturn in the first house is helping her and you to be more clear and down to earth when it comes to your goals and gain more clarity about your life also. On February 13, Mars also enters Aquarius in your 12th house, and Mars here will want you to work secretly on projects hidden from people and from the public eye, which is quite characteristic for you, Pisces. I do think that whatever you're working on secretly, because I see this energy quite heavy and strong, it will be pretty life-changing, and you might continue with it for the next 2 decades, which is quite exciting if it's something that you're definitely into. Some of you could feel a push to do water exercises like swimming, since Mars will be in a watery house. The Sun on February 18 and Mercury on the 22nd will enter the first house in Pisces, so you will feel stronger and more energetic on the second part of the month. The spotlight will be on you. You might want to look good, to work on yourself and your physical body. You will get attention and love from other people, and you will feel quite comfortable and peaceful, especially after doing all this work in the psyche. And when I say psych, psychologically and just the mental work. The full moon in Virgo on the 24th will highlight all of your 7th house matters, which is partnerships, whether, romantic or business. I think that a topic or conversation with someone could come to an end and just be complete. You could feel moved to approach someone, or someone could approach to you after some type of flirting, and the flirting cycle could come to an end, and you might take the relationship on the further step. Your partner could have some completion on their own, and you will just be there to support him or her. An unhealthy relationship could come to an end, be it romantic or business related, and things could move forward quite quickly, given that all planets are direct and that this new condensed energy in Aquarius is giving us new themes and starts. Make sure to do the inner work so that you avoid getting any negative thoughts with Saturn conjunct Mercury. I overall see some good energy happening for you, Pisces. And as I always say, never sleep on the 12th house. So this is the house of manifestation, of making dreams come to reality. So use all this energy that you are having here. I really hope that you take advantage of this big energy, actually new energy, electric energy, to just manifest in a whole different way and achieve a different life of your dreams. I hope that you work on your inner self and recognize self-sabotaging patterns and understand where they come from and really heal yourself, as you are the biggest healers after all. Okay, Pisces, I wish you all the best, and I will see you in the next video.